RocksAlot, and we're going live. So, a few things to show today. Let me get it set up here. See everybody, including the trolls. Let's get some light. I think there's some light. Let's make some light over there, and we should be good. So, what are we going to do today? Got a few things to do. Hope everybody's enjoying the weather. It's cooled off here a little bit, so if it's cooled off here, it's probably pretty chilly to some of you. Anyway, we're at tea time, Thursday tea time, so looks like we're going to be semi-regular on these days. And let's have a look what we're going to do today. I don't think we usually get anybody in for like, I don't know, it's like 10 minutes, 2 minutes, I mean. So by the time 2 minutes come in, I've talked my way through this already. Hi there, welcome in. Just talking to myself, so enjoying my company. But yeah, welcome in, it's RocksAlot. And got a few things to do today. I'm just going to make sure that I'm giving the correct information here. We have the lemon chrysoprase, or chrysoprase, I should say. So, lemon chrysoprase. It is a yellow-green variety of Magnasite. I spelled Magnasite wrong, but I was correct about Magnasite, so that's good. Welcome in. Happy afternoon, Thursday for me, so Thursday tea time for me. And don't know where the rest of you are all from, but welcome. And we're going to work on a few different things today. So, hi there, welcome in. Say hi if you'd like. If not, lurking is allowed and expected, actually. So, yeah, it's a RocksAlot here. And just got through my week, and now we're going to cut some stuff. Tea time on a Thursday, and I got a few different things to do today. Some of them are soft enough, I think it shouldn't take us too long to go through. Hi, Duty. Welcome in. Thanks for joining. Going to cut a few things. I don't know how good my light is. And we've got a variety of colors here. This is what we did the last couple of weeks. I did finish off the 4 stones that we did on Sunday. And they turned out really, really nice. So this was the number 8. Big chunker of number 8. You can see, so Sunday we were doing topsy-turvy, where I backed it on the dome side, or the edge, outer edge of the stone, and then worked from the middle down. It actually worked out really well, and I might keep doing it that way. I seem to have kept a bigger face than if I'd come down it this way. But yeah, so that was the number 8. Came out really nice, some really nice blues in there. And thank you, appreciate it. And then what else we get? We got, this is another piece of that Kingman that sort of has the hematite in it. Came out polished really well. Again, same thing. We did this one upside down. You can kind of see the hematite flashes in there. And there's a couple of little pieces of pyrite right in here. That one turned out really nice. Kingman, smoky dark Kingman. Then we had smoky Kingman, much lighter. This also could be Chilean. I think in one of my shorts I called it Chilean, but it's Chilean. So it's either Chilean or Kingman, and I'm not really sure. I got to go back to the bags that I got it out of to double check. But that one came out beautiful too. Really nice shape. All hand done. Hand shaped. Hi Santos. Welcome in. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, that's why we're here. We're here to share I have a regular job and do this for fun, and this gets me out of my work sort of mind. So this one, thank you, Duty. I really appreciate that. Yeah, hopefully we'll get a few more subscribers today. Trying to hit, I think, 1,400 hours, and we're just working our way towards the 3,000 or the 4,000 or whatever it is they ask. That's not why I started doing this. I just started doing this because I was doing it, and thought I might as well share it with everybody. But yeah, this was turquoise. This is the Bella Blue, was what they were calling it. But it came out as a beautiful picture stone as well. It almost looks like Awahi, but it's actually a turquoise. And again, backed it dome down. And you can see the little cavities where that backing fit in. Hi everybody, welcome in. Thanks for coming in. If you would hit that thumbs up, that would be fantastic. Thank you, whoever just did that. And yeah, this one turned out well. So hopefully we can be just as successful today. This is what we've done the last couple of weeks. And this one, if you don't know what this is a phosphosphiderite. This is from Peru. It's also a phosphate, obviously double phosphate, but phosphosphiderite, naturally pink, purpley, lavender, and I'd like to. I don't know if I don't have any opals out today, I don't think. We've actually did a couple of opals 2 weeks ago, and they turned out pretty nice. So I'm doing the different colors, but we don't have all those colors in one. There's really not that many stones that have the rainbow effect in them. Some quartz have the rainbow from almost like a prism, and yeah. So what are we going to do today? First off, I'm going to put these away where I don't lose them. And yeah, I appreciate you all coming in. I know we all got stuff to do, and it's got a little bit chillier around here. Yeah, if you just subscribed, Diddy, so thank you very much for doing that. And we will do some opal in the future. It's just not what I prepped up today. I do have quite a bit of opal rough. And it doesn't always turn out rainbow. I wish it would turn out rainbow, but we get some greens and blues and occasionally some pops of yellow and gold and orange. But showing all those is about as rainbowy as I can get. Thank you. But we're going to do pretty good today, actually. So let me put these away. So what I have prepped up, I've got some rhodonite. And we'll see how well it holds together. Thanks for the thumbs up, everybody. And then I've got some Stone Mountain Jasper. So that's pretty cool too. We'll see how that does. Then I'm going to do a test piece on this, which is the yellow Chrysoprase is what they call it. And if you want to do it the French way, it's a citron Chrysoprase, I'm sorry. And I want to see, that has the same sort of Mohs hardness as that phosphosphiderite. So I want to see how well this holds together. And then I'll know whether I need to vacuum this to stabilize it more, or if I can just cut it the way it is. Got a couple of pieces of the Nyla from Nevada. That's RA Stoneworks right there. And there's a couple other pieces if we get through them. That's Nyla as well. So I love this stuff. And then we might do this one, which I believe is Arizona somewhere. It has really good potential. So that's what we're going to work on today. And I think I'm going to start with, let's start with the Stone Jasper, the Stone Mountain. Let's see how that does. And it's got that line going through it, but I think I'm going to leave it. Alright, so let's go over to the machines. I work on a Diamond Pacific Genie. And hold on while if you hide your eyes if you get travel sickness. We're just going to move over there real quick. Boop. Boop. Hopefully without dropping anything. There we go. It's not my music. I can hear it pretty well. So yeah, Diamond Pacific Genie. We are going to work on this piece of stone mountain. It does have that line going through it. I forget how hard this is, so it'll be new to both of us, or all of us. Talking to the phone as if it's singular. Alright. Guess at the end of my weeks I get a little silly too. Alright, are we ready? Here we go. It's going to be a little bit of noise. And somewhere in the chat we have Miss KG. So say hi everybody, and let's get this started. Let's try on the middle wheel first, just to see how soft it is. Now that that's wet, that green just pops out. It's going to be interesting to see. It is not super hard. Get some more water going. Alright, here you go. This is a 80 grit, a well-worn 80 grit. Welcome in everybody. I'm just going to round that tip a little. And I think I'm taking all this off. That's what I drew. Well, let's see how it goes. Alright. Making the stone disappear pretty quick. This is about as loud as it'll get today. You know, Jaspers, agates, jades are very hard. And hard on metal is loud, so please excuse it. Going for an elongated teardrop. And I'm going to put a mask on really quick. So I actually, believe it or not, I cleaned this machine a little bit yesterday. Not super deep clean, but I cleaned it a little bit. And in cleaning it and seeing how well some of the gunk ends up sticking to this plastic, it gives you a good idea of why you should be wearing a mask. Like some of it I'm gonna have to take, like, I don't know, right off or something like that to try and get it off. But yeah, between the epoxy and the calcium and everything and the silica and everything, it sticks and it hardens pretty hard. Let's see. Get my bearing here. If you have any questions, just put them in the chat. Welcome in. I think KG will be saying hi anytime soon. Sometime soon. She was just off busy with the neighbor and their little boy. I think he is 3. And Miss KG was over there showing him a monarch butterfly that came out of its chrysalis this morning. And then they let it go together. It's pretty neat. Holding together pretty well. take that out? I guess we take that out. I did get a notification this week from YouTube that they're gonna start dubbing my content out. Which I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I assume it's a good thing. But they will be dubbing my content, not the live stuff, but the videos and the replays. They'll be dubbing it into, I forget how many different languages they said. Quite a few. Hi Connor, welcome in. Thank you for coming in. So we have a couple of new faces today, so I am RocksAlot when I'm not at work. And I'm not in the house. And I guess I'm a true lapidarist at this point. And I'll tell you why. So I started with opals, moved over to turquoise, and I do jades, a little bit of jade, it's very hard. Petrified woods, agates, jaspers, and been coming on Thursdays at tea time around 5ish Eastern Standard Time, and then also on a Sunday around lunchtime, just to finish stuff up. And yeah, I just try to share the content that I'm going to be doing anyway. And been gaining quite a few subscribers lately, which is quite the compliment. But the reason I say I'm almost a true lapidarist is I've been doing it like 4 years now, and within the last 2 months I've had like 4 or 5 commissions, 6 commissions from one of our local jewelers, and they've been at different times, so they weren't all given to me at the same time. And yeah, I got paid for it, and I got paid by, an official check and all that stuff. So I don't know when you become official as a jeweler or as a lapidarist. I mean, personally, I don't even think you really need to be selling your stuff to be a lapidary. So, okay, well, we found a good shape. If I can get rid of this little bit right here. I think what we're going to do, come in just a little bit. I pulled the phone away this week a little bit. Last week when I finished up, I mean, it was just covered. So, alright, working on some stone mountain jasper. I got a few little inclusions to get rid of, and it's starting to take shape by itself. So. It's not the shape that I had drawn on it, but yeah. So, I'd love to know what country you guys are in. I don't know if you're all in the US. I'm in the US, even though I don't sound like I'm from the US. So that's pretty good. I think I'm going to stick with. I like that little line. So the only difference between there and there is that line going through. But I think I like that side better. Hi Baron, welcome in. Ohio, huh? I don't think this is. I'd love to go to Ohio. They have some great rock hounding up there. There's a lot of places in the States I need to go that have not had the opportunity to go. So which side do we call it? Well, we'll call that number 2, and we'll call that number 1. So which side do you guys like better? Number 1 and number 2? 2, number 1. I don't know if you're new also, Darren, but welcome in. I'm going live on Thursday afternoon. And been working on a few different things, so let's see if we can do this. I'm going to try this. No. Alright, I don't know what that was. Let's move that up. No. I don't know how to get rid of that. That's annoying. How do we get rid of that? Boop. Boop. Alright, so I see it. Okay. Trying to get rid of it. There we go. Okay, I got it. Alright, okay, well that was a test. It just automatically came up to see if I wanted to ask a question and get an answer. So, yeah, I hate that too. Hi, Emma. So yeah, I don't know if it shows the same thing I was seeing on the screen here, but it just got in the way. So number 2 and number 1. Which one do you like, Emma? And we are all allowed our own opinion. I don't hate too many things. I find things aggravating sometimes. Going with number 2. Yeah, I like them both too, Meg. Hi, Meg. Welcome in. Appreciate you coming in. So, I started off that I was going to do this side, and then it changed shape because I was going to do a long teardrop. It turned itself into this shape, and I kind of like this side, number 1, which was not going to be my original one. So I want all the lines going down, a couple of lines, and those florets, and I kind of like those florets too, actually. They do. If you see enough stones, they start to slightly look different. So I have one with the florets on that I can do another time. So that was from the same stone. And they look a little bit different that way. So anyway, I'm just going to do I'm going to do this. Yeah, okay. So now all I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure I have a girdle, which is going to be about 11 degrees this way. And the reason for doing that is when you're silversmithing, the silver has a slight edge to get a hold of. And yeah, that noise is a little loud, but we're going to do so now. After getting that girdle, see that slight angle? That's so you can wrap your silver over it and it stops it from falling out. But But now I need to start forming that dome over, so I'm going to do a 45 at the top of that girdle. Hopefully I'll get it even all the way around. And if you're new to the channel, I'd love if you would subscribe. It helps me get towards my goal, and I don't think it costs you guys anything. I come on live on Thursdays and Sundays and run a couple videos out during the week. And hopefully I change it up enough, just enough, that it's worth coming back to watch again. Hi Marlene, welcome in. Thank you for all my emojis. So there you go, kind of see that degree, needs to come a little more even up here. And how are we doing on this edge? And that one needs to come down some too. I'm just straightening it out, but it looks pretty good. Take down this edge here a little bit just to stop it from chipping off the bottom face. If you leave it really sharp, it tends to chip out. So if you're just coming in, welcome in everybody. Just coming in, working on some Stone Mountain Jasper. And I got a little bit of Rhodonite to work on. Some yellow Chrysoprase I think we will do next. And then we'll finish up with some turquoise. So it's probably going to be here around, I don't know, an hour plus. Alright, I'm going to start going to about 30. Exercise. And I'm just rounding off the sharp facets. Not going to get a huge dome on this just because of the slab thickness. Hey Stephen, welcome in. A familiar face. There's a few familiar faces in here. Working on Stone Mountain Jasper. Even came numbered. No, that was just me numbering when I cut it outside. I think we cut these. Shoot. We might have cut these together maybe a month ago. I just never got around to doing them. As usual, I'm just sort of, some of these materials I'm just testing. I have other pieces of them, but not all rock slabs are the same or of the same stability. Ah, Freckles back in. Hi Husky, welcome in. Thanks for popping in. Stone Mountain Jasper. And move over. I don't know. I just gold. Honestly, I just gold. one of my favorites, which is this stuff, which we might do a piece of this, and to see if he had any more, and they do not have any more right now. And I'm hoping, I don't know, I'm hoping that he goes out. He's a small family business, and they own a claim out in Nevada. And I just like the way that particular turquoise comes out. It's got some red quartz to it. I spoke with him yesterday, and they might have some coming in a month, but I'm hoping he gets some in before the end of the year, because then it's just going to be too cold for them to mine anyway. And actually, Husky, I think you're still heading it up to Napa, is it? And I think you could probably talk yourself into some turquoise yourself pretty easily. I might be wrong, but I think you probably could. And I am thinking about, I haven't got to it yet, so we're at what, 650 or so subscribers, and I think when we hit that big 4 digits, I'll do some sort of appreciation to the people that have come in and helped me along the way, and maybe somebody who likes to lurk like I do sometimes will get lucky as well. I don't always go in the chats on everybody's channel. And just polishing up the back a little. I'm very happy with the shape. Completely different from what we started with. So I had marked out a really nice long teardrop, and this is how we ended up. So Stone Mountain Jasper. Really nice stuff. And I got a little bit more of it. I think I have one other piece other than this one. But anything that has like spider webbing like this is really nice. So I thought this line of matrix going through the middle was going to get in the way of it, and I actually, it turned out really nice. Alright, so I don't feel any facets on there. Alright, so yeah, I'm at 658, and what is that? 332, 42, 342, and I'll hit that big 1,000 mark, which I think we'll get to eventually anyway. I'm already well past the goals that I had for myself for the year. I think we started with 87 at the end of last year. So, and I've been on YouTube a long time. I just didn't have a channel, or I didn't put content up, and started doing these rocks, and then we got the machines. I started off with a Dremel. So actually I started off with sandpaper and sharpening stones with opal. I did them by hand. And I think by doing them by hand in that beginning as a novice helped me understand how to work with these machines. So believe me, that going at 1750 RPM is a lot quicker than me on a piece of sandpaper. But I did some pretty good sense. Alright, let me just finish rounding this. The wiggle waggle. And then I gotta make sure there's no big deep grooves in it. And then we'll move on to something new before we move over to the other. Welcome in, everybody. Banana bread. Yeah, I wonder where all the banana bread disappeared to. I swear there was a brand new local banana bird last night when I left this morning, or last night. Yeah, but I don't know. I think soon you get a really good feel for the shapes. So this still needs a polish. It's still got 3 wheels to go, and we still need to polish. But it really helped me in shaping, like getting a natural. Like these are all done by hand, and most of my shapes are, unless I get little bitty, or unless somebody asks me for something that's completely perfectly calibrated. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you know, you know the other one. It begins with a B too, but brisket. So, yeah, brisket, brisket and banana bread. Making myself hungry now. All right, that one's good. Let's try. I've never cut this before, so I have this piece. I think I have another piece other than this one. This one's a bit bigger. All similar to, oops, sorry. All similar to the phosphosphosphoderite in hardness, I believe. So this is just a tester. I need to find out if it's going to crack into lots of different pieces, or if I'm going to be able to, and if it starts breaking up, and I'll have to stabilize it and use the vacuum with some, with the vacuum. Let's give this a try. Sorry for the wobbles. Here we go. Let's try the middle first so I don't ruin it. Okay, so not too soft. That disappeared pretty quick. That's good. Bring you in a little closer on this one. So you'll see the difference in the hardness between this matrixy area and the other yellow. So this is what they call a yellow Chrysoprase, sorry. See how that is a lot softer right here. I don't even know what shape to do with this one either. It's a little bit funky. So lemon Chrysoprase. Also citron Magnasite. So it's a Magnasite, not a phosphate. I think it's a little more similar to like a howlite, which is what people fake turquoise out of, is the howlite. I bet. I don't know where did I get the brisket thing from? One of the shorts that I did, one of the videos. So yes, I like brisket a lot. We have an annual weekend coming up. Not this, I think it's this weekend or the next weekend, something like that. Where a lot of my friends and some of their friends get together out in the country, and they will be cooking up all sorts of stuff. From wild game to briskets and lobsters and paella, everything, all kinds of stuff. So watching my weight until then. Welcome in, everybody. I've only been to Texas once, but and that's because we got lost. That's many, many years ago. Alright, so I'm going to quicken this up. I'm trying to get the shape on it. I've gone around, pulled in the edge a little bit. That still needs to come in some more. So we're going to make it a little quicker. I'm going to go over here. Alright, right about there. A little bit louder, but quicker. Alright. Maybe. See what I see, maybe. I'm gonna have to bring this in here anyway, so I don't know if this one will fit in. Let's see if we can do this. Let's see. I don't think I can do a puffy heart on this, but I think I might be able to get it some sort of heart shape out of this one. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, I think that's where we're headed. It's kind of got that cut in there anyway. Working on the edges of these wheels is not very easy or accurate. Let's see what I can do. Okay. Start taking down this edge. That looks good. So that's sort of my heart shape on the back. I'm going to take this sharp edge off so that it doesn't chip out. Back you up a little so you can see all the wheels. Alright, let me back you up a little bit. Hi, my Captiva. Welcome in. Thank you so much for coming in. Let's go down a little. There we go. It's a bit better. So, just came in, and this is a piece of yellow chrysoprase is what it is, or they call it. It's actually a Magnasite. You can go around all the way around the top. I haven't bitten off too much here. I'm taking off at about a 45 degrees. Start my dome at the top of my girdle. And the hard part is going to be semi, so sort of the little Mickey Mousey, but better, I hope. Okay. Just rounding off that edge. I am working on an 80 grit wheel, which is taking stuff off pretty quickly and is extremely noisy, so apologize for the noise. It will get better any second. Okay. Now I'm going to get all these facets out. Now we're going to make it a little bit better. Okay. Now I'm going to try and, what do you call it, cleavage? What's the hot crevice? Crevice that comes up. I don't know what the official name of that is. Maybe somebody can help me out. There's got to be a proper name for it. I can tell you, it's not looking very clean right now. And I mean clean as in clean cut or clean shape. But it's getting better. Now I need to take. This is where it gets difficult, is when I try to take this V out on the wheels. I've got to make sure I don't come in too deep in the back. So I'm going to try and take this side down a little bit, and this is the softer matrix. So, and the other thing I got to watch is getting stuck in that hole between the two wheels. You can hear the difference, and I'm going really softly. Just rolling it a little bit. And it starts sounding like Bob Ross and the Rolling Hills. I don't think I sound anything like Bob Ross. Or do I necessarily have his temperament? Every time I'm in Florida, I want to keep hoping I'm going to come across one of those long-lost Bob Ross paintings that, I know he never got rid of any of them, supposedly, or never sold any of them. Ooh, that's not easy. Getting there. I've got a big crevice right here. See that? So I've got to go deeper to get that out. I've got to open up the other side first. And we're going to go onto the third wheel, and I'll try and do it on the edge of this wheel right here. I don't know why I decided to do a heart. A heart on these wheels is not very easy. I have done a few and been successful with a few. Mostly with opal. Oh, actually that's not true. I've done a couple of turquoise ones too. See how deep I dug in there? And that's because that matrix is a lot softer. That was earlier before we decided to do a hot, so see if we can round that out. Okay, crevice is gone. Oh, no, it's not quite. Ah, okay, keep going. Gotta get a little deeper in there. Wow, this is so dangerous. If I knock it on that other wheel, it's gonna cause another one. So, a little bit more. Okay, gonna do a bit more on this side. Let's have a look. Hi everybody, welcome in. Thank you for the subs, absolutely. I got a little bit left, but I think that'll come out now. This is a thick stone. So, not only did I try a difficult shape, but I also chose a really thick stone to be doing it with. Around it. And you got to be careful that you don't come through the back, too much in the back. This is looking pretty good. It should change pretty quickly. Get into the regular doming, even with the V in there. Clean it up some. So I think what I'm going to end up doing, I did see a gentleman, a silversmith, a native silversmith, and I forget the gentleman's name. I think it's Oliver. I forget his whole channel name. But he actually took his little Dremel saw, the little round one, and cut into there and made a really nice V that way, rather than trying to do it on the wheels. This is still a bit knobbly. I think we can fix that. Come down the middle a little. Really, this is almost ready for the next 3 wheels. I'm doing the wiggle waggle that I would normally do on a regular cabochon. Put my shape down. So that's the back. So you can kind of see I'm doing pretty well with the shape. And you're going to have to clean that up some. But we almost got like a puppy heart. It's got some facets that need to come out, but this is such a soft stone, it will come out on these next 3 wheels. And we're going to do another stone after this one. I think we're going to try the Rhodonite. So I'm actually pretty happy with this. Got a bit of a dome. These little facets will come out on the next one, and we'll dig into that little crevice a little bit more as well. Hey Jeff, how you doing? Welcome in. Glad you could join us. Man, I was watching your fluorescent agates the other night. That was insane. I don't know what I'd do. I have a very, very similar reaction that you did, I think. This is yellow Chrysoprase, is what they call it. It's actually a citron or a yellow Magnasite. I think it's more similar to like a howlite, in my opinion, than a phosphate. I guess they could try and dye this stuff like they do howlite, but I don't know how they would. I don't know how they would work blues, and I guess you get greens out of it, but blues and yellows together, you could get some greens out of it. But this was just a tester. Got a bigger slab and wanted to see how well it was cutting without me having to stabilize it, which I don't think I have to stabilize it. I just have to be soft with it. These are the two so far. Stone Mountain Jasper and Yellow Chrysoprase. Yeah, I wonder if this one will. Let's give this a try. Let's turn off some lights. I don't think it's dark enough in here, but pretty good. See, if you hadn't come in, I would never thought of doing that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you've got a lot of material between all your agates and some of your parking lot finds. I know you're going to come across some really nice stuff. I know you travel a lot because you drive. I didn't know if your wife went along with you when you drove. Alright, what's next? Let's try, we've done yellow, we've done green. I think we're going to try a piece of pink and black. So, bubblegum rhodonite. Or I mean rhodochrosite. One of those two. Rhodonite, I think. Yeah, rhodonite. I always get those two mixed up. But black is I think it's iron manganese that has oxidized. And when people find these big boulders, they completely look black on the outside, and it's not until they cut into it that they find the pink inside. And I guess I drew that. Let's see if we can do that. Let's see how hard this one is. Not too bad. And again, we're going to move over to the other two wheels here, so let's go out a little bit. There we go. Thank you. Okay. So I do have another question for you. Have you been pulling routes lately, or signing on to routes that you probably didn't drive before, specifically so you can go to certain areas rock hounding? It's going to get noisy. This is definitely, I don't know what shape we're going to do yet. So there goes that black iron. My fingernails again. Probably my shirt too. Let's see if we can bring this down. Really loud, I'm sorry. I think there's a squeak. Let's see. So if you join Sunday, I do have a mask on if you're starting to see some of the dust. I also have glasses on, safety. So, I'm gonna get all that off. It's going to be noisy, so here comes some noise. It's also a very different smell. It smells almost like a lawnmower, which is odd. Like the heat from the lawnmower, which it could just be the heat from the stone. Alright, so we're getting a little bit closer to my mark. I'll start rounding off these edges. Make sure I got water on there. This will probably be the last hard stone of the night. And appreciate all of you being here. Thank you. Been going live on Thursdays. I don't know why, but the pink is a little bit softer than that. Alright, it's starting to come into my oval. Looking good. I have to decide which side. Do that side or that side. I think we're going with this side, but either one. I do like that little light spot. Yeah, I don't really know the difference. I know some people like watching the other one better, I think. I don't know. I just started with the vertical. Also, because I know some people use cameras and some people use phones, and so the format comes out different. I like it because I can't really edit it too much when I download it. So one of the things from a live that if you edit your video, you won't be able to show the live chat. And I like to go back and see what people have said because I may have missed it. Yeah, I know. I don't know. I don't know if there's a good or a bad way to do any of it. For me, this was for fun. It's still for fun, even though, like I've said, I've done a couple of commissions now. But I'd be out here anyway, working, so I'm more than happy to just share it with people who want to come through and say hi. And who knows, maybe I've had a few thumbs down and people's funky comments and all that kind of stuff, but and I do know that people like to watch it on their TVs. So when you do it in this format, it doesn't show up that well on their TV. Now, but a good request is that everybody... Oh, I missed it. Dang it. I'll get told later. But, thank you. see, I don't know what's been going on. I hear there's been a lot of trolls, and I was in somebody's live last night, and somebody was trolling me. And not trolling me, but they were trolling, this sweet, lovely lady who's selling jewelry, and people are coming in and just saying nasty stuff, and it's like, why? You really have the extra time for that? So. And whatever as they did last night, I missed it on the person's live, and then everybody's talking about it in the chat, and I guess I just missed it in my own. So, I'm sure somebody will tell me later. But I did hear a little scream inside. I'll have to see if she took a screenshot or not. I know, it's not fun. Very rude. But I heard Don, so that Opal guy was talking about it last week as well. And yeah. I'm amazed that people just have all this extra time to go around and messing with people. I think they're being funny, but really it's not that funny. Yeah. If they want to troll me or whatever, they can tell me, oh no, you've got a pink rock. I mean, yeah. We haven't had it too much on this channel, but I guess I'll find out later that it's hitting everybody. I mean, I can deal with it, I guess, but there's some people in the chat that, it's not very fair to them, especially when it's unexpected. And then some of the channels that have been saying they've been getting it are like, resellers in jewelry that are ladies and few gentlemen, and they're just trying to make a little bit of an extra living off of what they do normally. And how people get off on trolling others. It never really made much sense to me. Right now I'm just going around about a 45. I pretty much took it all the way down to that line that I'd drawn on there. This is not a commission, so it doesn't have to be a perfect oval. And right now I'm just 45 degrees off the top of my girdle. Hi Ryan, how you doing today? Welcome in. Pink Rhodonite. And then glad you can make it in, Ryan. I guess you missed the troll, Ryan. How unfortunate for you. I missed it too, and it's my channel. Yeah. Ryan, I just heard a scream from mine on the inside. We have a family member that's got a large following on their channel, and I don't know what he's up to now. I think they've got about 250,000-260,000. Completely different genre, completely different type of channel to what this is. And they've been working on that for, it's got to be 5 or 6 years now. Conspiracy stuff. Conspiracy stuff with a little bit of truth. Really neat. Mini movies, really. really a place they could give me a shout out on. But yeah, I come on to do this for fun. I've watched quite a few channels doing this, and I've learned a lot of what I'm doing from them. And this is usually the end of my week, and so I come on and show what I'm doing. Okay. I think I could come up with a list of bad words not to put up. I just have I don't know what it is that's switched on, but it's just a general word watch kind of thing. I guess something got through. Here we go. Got that shape down pretty good. And then got a little bit of a dome going. Got a decent girdle going all the way around. Yeah, I agree with you, Jeff, but then at the same time, the live that I was watching last night, I thought that was in horizontal. I'm pretty sure it was. Not all the live resellers are in horizontal, but I'm pretty sure that the one I was watching last night was. So just going around the bottom edge, that really sharp edge, taking off the sharpness. Semi-polish the back. I'm gonna look at my plate. Let's see how bad I am. Like this. I don't know if it'll fit anything. Oh, that's not bad. I don't even know if this was a stencil I used. Most of the resellers and other people selling online, on YouTube anyway, have gone to only putting up subscribe only. Pretty happy with this. Taking out a few of the little facets. Round off these facets off the top. And bringing it to the center of the top of the dome here. So slowly turning the stone and then rounding off that edge. Welcome in, everybody. I would put it at like a 6. There's different types. So there's some that you see these lines going through here. They'll just be complete fractures, and it'll just break on you. Just right where the fracture is. I guess you could stabilize it. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, how about that? Is that better? Okay. I don't know what happened to my menu on the right. Went away somewhere. So just gonna leave it the way it is. I lost my flash. I'm not sure how to bring that back. Well, that's okay. Thank you. Just round this off. This means I'm gonna have to keep you guys by the light from the machine. Netta better. Netta better. I guess that's a different form of another butter. So which would you like, another butter or another butter? Right. That looks pretty good, and we're going to leave it there. And we will finish all of these probably on Sunday. And then we're going to move on probably to a piece of turquoise. So we've gone green, yellow, blue, pink. Nice colors. So that was the Stone Mountain. Pink Rhodonite. This was the yellow Chrysoprase. Oh, heart shape. That'll work. Now, and I'm afraid to do that. Yeah, I don't know what that is. What if I hit that? Nope. Okay, that sends something to a short. Let's do a big piece or a piece of Nyla. Two different mines. Blue, and the turquoise blue probably. Do a little one. What are we at? 119. Let's try. Let's do the big one. Why not? Let's do the big one. So you can see the color there. And let's work this out. So I'm going to flatten this back even more. I may eventually pack it with some baby weld or something. Let's get sort of an idea of what's in here. Just bringing it in all the way around. Welcome in, everybody, if you haven't been here before. Hitting that thumbs up really helps, even if you're just here for a minute. This one is definitely stabilized. Tell you that because of the smell. So the reason we may end up backing it is it's I wish my menu would come back. You can see little bit of cavature, little bugs in there that may need to come out, or I may need to fill them in. But there's plenty of height there, so I may just back it to fill that in. But I think we could take the top off of this just to see what's in there, and then I will back it, and then we'll come back to it another time. Like I was saying earlier, like if you use stabilized stones, I mean in general you should wear a mask anyway, but if you're using stabilized stones, you definitely need a mask. I was cleaning off this the other day, and just this stuff, I don't know if I can show you or not. So this is all coming off the edge, and once that hardens, it's like epoxy almost itself, and it was very difficult to get off. If it's on there, then it's probably in the air as well. So please be careful. I know people know about silica or silicosis, which, you know, a lot of cement workers and stone workers get if they don't mask up correctly. But I don't know if everybody thinks, even with using water, whether they think about the epoxies that are used in stabilization. So yeah, you never know. I've been pretty lucky, but I also have stuff. Shoot, I have stuff that I bought on eBay, what, 3-4 years ago when I first started, and there were a couple of good pieces in there, and then there were some pieces in there that just, you get chalky, and then you get over stabilized, where you're just cutting a piece of glue. And I have a few pieces of those left. I'll have to bring them out. This piece is really good. It's stabilized because I can smell it, but it's a really nice piece. So I'm going to take off this top a little. And I'm going to round it as if I'm going to back it. Well, I'm going to round it, yeah, as if I'm going to back it. So, who knows, maybe I'll leave the back the way it is in the rough. Just rounding that around. What I'm working on, even though the bottom line is going to be wonky, I'm trying to keep this line through here on the girdle even. So it's really the top line I'm worried about, not so much the bottom line. Because that bottom line is going to get fixed when I back it. So this is a little bit backwards. You should really back it first. Brian, what did you try stabilizing it with? The only thing I've really ever tried to do is it can. Yeah, I mean, I can cut some stones out of some glue. Depends on how they do it. There's so many different ways that I think that they do stabilization. So I have cactus juice. I think the cactus juice I have right now, I've had mixed for a while. So it does start to take on that yellowy golden tone, dark golden tone. Once you've mixed it, I think it takes, depending on the temperature outside or where you store it, maybe 180 days it'll last you. But I've actually used it even in that color with that, yeah. Even though it's changed a little bit, I've used it on some stones that don't have big holes in the middle. They just have, they're fairly porous. And then when you cut it, it might change the color a little bit, but it's really not noticeable. I believe they came out with a new cactus juice formula, which stays a little clearer longer. And then I was watching Dave and another channel on one of the other platforms, and they were taking a mason jar. There you go. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm going to try it. So they were just taking 2-part epoxy, mixing it, I think, with denatured alcohol, and then vacuuming the stones in a mason jar, the same way you would with the jelly. I don't know if that's from putting it in boiling water or something on the stove, and then leaving that for like a week. Okay, so this is starting to come in. Wish I had my flash. Wish I could figure out how to get this menu back. I can't do it. Gotta be patient. Anyway, so a lot of people are trying to stabilize their stones with 2-part epoxy, denatured alcohol, vacuumed like you would for your jelly or your over-winter foods, and then leaving it in there for about a week, and then letting it dry for about a week after that before trying to cut anything, to let that epoxy and alcohol dry off. So I haven't tried that yet. I do have some pieces that I have to put in the vacuum, so I'm going to do both. Well, I appreciate the compliment. Thank you for coming in. Are you talking about the machine, or are you talking about the stone? The machine is a Diamond Pacific Genie, and I'm sure they probably have a way of using an inverter or something to change up to have the motor work in your country. I know they're able to take 220s and bring it back over to us and do it 110. So it might be acetone. You might be right. I don't know. So I do little experiments. So that jar that's had that styrofoam in it, so that styrofoam's been in there. The alcohol and styrofoam have been in there. This has been in there probably 5 years. and we were looking into different ways that we could recycle styrofoam. Unfortunately, so if you take something like acetone, it'll melt that styrofoam from, I don't know, it's like a 1 in 100 in size. End up with a liquid form of polystyrene. But it really couldn't be used for much except the things that they use in war, and some people use it as an enamel, sort of a varnish enamel. Yeah, I've looked into quite a bit into what you can do with styrofoam other than just taking the air out of it. I know you can use it in fuel, so you can actually mix it with diesel, and it will increase the performance of your trucks. Don't try this, Jeff. This is not advice. This is only a mere opinion, but it will from the studies I've seen, it will increase your mileage from 5 to 15%. Personally, having that extra styrofoam sort of liquid in your fuel tank doesn't sound very smart to me, but supposedly it's meant to work, and there's some municipalities that use it in their trucks. I know some of the waste trucks use it, and I think they're mixing it with their biodiesel. Alright, so I'm going to kind of leave this. We'll go over to the next one. I don't know if I'll back this or not. I might. It gives me an idea what the stone's going to look like, and I can decide whether I'm going to get 2 stones out of it, 1 large stone. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for being here. Hit that subscribe. It's free. Trying to hit that 1,000 mark. Hopefully by the end of the year, we'll see. So it's pretty nice. Still got some to come down there, but I think we're probably going to back this in so I don't make it too thin. And sorry, that's a pretty good size. I would have to do that at a later time. But if you wanted to put your number in there, you can, for everybody to see. I wouldn't. But definitely have your name, and we'll see what we can do. Yeah, we use it. I use it too, actually. It does have good potential. I use it in my pots too, especially my bigger pots. It will break down a little bit over time, so that's 4. Pretty good 4. Then we're going to do a piece of Nyla. I have to decide which one. It's a bit smaller, but I like this stuff. We'll do the small one, I think. These are only about an inch. And he is out of stock. And between this one and this one, I think we're going to go with this one. I don't think we're going to get too much matrix in it. Sorry, trying to make decisions. At this point in the week, not that great. We're going to go with the little one. Let's do the little one. See if I can get some of this matrix to stay in it. Thank you. Yeah, and what I'll do, Zena, is I'm going to come back on live probably on Sunday. Maybe tomorrow, but probably Sunday. And I will finish them up. And so I'm going to finish up by doing this little piece. So this gets found in Nevada, and they find some really nice red quartz crystals out there too. And as much as I like the pure pieces, I like the stuff that has that little bit of matrix in it. Maybe over just a tiny pad, I think. There you go. Let me bring that bottom down, bottom or back, whichever you want to call it. This will give us an idea of the color underneath. This one's stabilized too. Oh my goodness, sir. I like the color. And the matrix on this side is staying. So thank you. I appreciate you being a sub anyway. And if there's anybody else out there that wants to see us come on Sunday or maybe tomorrow, just hit that bell and hit the notification, turn it on, and you'll get notified when I come on live. It does take a couple of minutes before it does, but it will come on live eventually. And I love anybody that takes the time to come and join and spend a little time with us. I consider myself a novice, but I have been doing it about 4 or 5 years now. I'm getting better. And if you look at some of my videos, I think the last one we did with the crazy lace on the live, which I had that beautiful, beautiful silver watch cuff. So they had taken the timepiece out of the top, and I cut that piece of crazy lace to go in the top for the jeweler. He actually loved it, and he is presently putting a bezel on the top to hold that stone. And I know once he gets finished with it, I will have the opportunity of seeing it finished. But that was a fun stone to do that we did last week. Just bringing in the sides to where I have a high enough girdle, we will get some sort of stone. But yeah, I consider myself a novice, even though, like I said, it's about 4 years. But there's things I come across that are definitely new to me, and I'm happy to share them when I'm trying them out. Because if I do it wrong, then maybe when you have a chance to do it, you'll do it right. All right. I wish my sorry, my light isn't working. Camera light isn't working on my phone light. It happens. And we'll get through it. So I really like the back. I'm really hoping the front's going to be something like that. Yeah, but what I saw, you did a pretty decent job, I would say. I think you've been watching for maybe longer than I have, and you're either pretty good with your hands or you're not. I think anybody could pick this up to a certain degree. And like me, I'm doing it for a hobby at the time. Maybe one day I'll get a little, maybe when I start getting closer to retirement, I might think of it as an extra income. Alright, here we go. So I'm not going to completely shape it because I want to see how much of this matrix we're going to keep on top. So I'm just going to go for it. Same as usual. Just bring that edge down to maybe a 4 or 5 millimeter girdle. Sort of rolling it over. And this will be as much of a surprise to me as it is to you. Alright, let's do a bit of the wiggle waggle. Kind of pointed on top of the stone right now. Looks like a circus tent. It's okay. That's good, actually. Because that really pointed area is going to get blended down right about now. And there we go. And now we're going to see how I did. I really like this material. Okay, let's have a look. Hi Saul, welcome in. That looks pretty good. See these are actually crystals. So a lot of time you'll find quartz in turquoise and in the matrix of turquoise. But where they find this in Nevada, they get red quartz. And so this nugget right here is quartz. It is stabilized, so it's probably not going to pop out. And now I have to think about a nicer shape. Means I'm going to lose something somewhere. So there's a couple of things I'm thinking about when I'm thinking about the shape. I'm thinking about which edges are higher and which ones show the better matrix. So do we bring that in like that? That's what we're doing. Or do we make it a fatty tatty? Let's see. Let's do this. Okay, now I'm starting to see where I want to go. Bring that in a little. Okay. A little bit more. Yeah, I'm losing a little bit of the stone, but I think I'm making the stone a little more pleasing. Almost looks like a guy sticking his tongue out. Alright, I thought I was going to get through the night without seeing faces and stuff, but I just saw one, so... Battery's just grumpy. But yeah, it's Halloween, so I'm seeing faces everywhere. Like a pumpkin face with his tongue sticking out. Alright. I'm playing games. Let's go back over here. And we're going to call it soon. I'm going to show the ones we finished off over the weekend. Get this bottom flat. So rolling it. So this is the move I'm trying to get better at. So if you watch Justin Thomas over at Black Opal Direct, he somehow rolls that right over his finger in a consistent way, and I can't be right here. Not do that. You can roll it a little bit, but reorientating it a little. So oftentimes, not often, and it's not 50-50, but I would say at least 10% of the time I'll cut a rock and then I end up liking the pattern on the bottom more than I do the top. This one's a mixed bag, I like both sides. So. Cleaning it up. Now this move I pretty much got down. This is the Lappy Dave move. So I hope he's doing alright. In fact, I hope he comes in and watches for a little while. And just been thinking about him a lot lately. Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about him. Only because I had similar struggles at one point in my life. I'm extremely fortunate not to have those same struggles anymore. That's a long time ago for me. Hi Tama, welcome in. Glad you could make it. Now Tama, I'm going to have you change your notifications because you seem to be coming in right at the end. Hi Leonore, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Hey everybody, I had my dirty troll tonight and I missed it. My mod took care of it, but I guess Kirsten had something going on last night during her live. Welcome to the family then. I don't know, I was always late growing up and somehow they conformed me. I'm not quite sure how that worked. They fooled me. Although weekends we try to have a no agenda weekend. That way we can go do whatever we want and change plans as quick as we want. Welcome in everybody. I am. I don't think I'm famous. I'm just some guy. I took the face away a little bit. Just the guy working on rocks who really honored that people come and join it all. I'd be doing this for fun. I do it for fun. Anytime I get stressed out about it is when I take on a commission and I'm doing somebody else's piece for them. I get a little more rattled on that. Although I've been doing really well with it lately. That one we did last week with the crazy lace was just awesome and he was very happy with it. And actually when I went to drop that silver cuff off with the new stone, and there was another gentleman on the same side of the counter as I was, and the owner behind the counter, and he introduced me to the gentleman that was there, and I guess he's the watch guy, and he saw that cuff and he knew immediately that it used to have a Seiko in that cuff that had the turquoise and the bear claw and the pearl in it. And that's the piece I had cut that crazy lace for. But the jeweler introduced me to him as a local lapidarist. I was like, a little bit maybe, but so yeah, I guess I've done a good enough job that the jeweler that I have been doing commissions for is now recommending me to other people. Wow, it's a little nerve-wracking. All right, this turned out beautiful. The only thing I got to be careful on the next few wheels is that piece of quartz. Let's see if I can bring this in a little closer. Unfortunately, the flashlight on my phone has stopped working. But that piece of quartz is harder than the rest of this stone. And so I have to be careful when I'm going around that edge right there, because the turquoise will undercut to that piece of quartz. So I just have to take it really slowly. Yeah, it's got three wheels to go, and the ZAM, and it's looking really nice. So very happy. All right, let's do one more piece then. My wife was laughing at me last week because when I go fishing, I'm always like, okay, just 3 more casts. And then I'll be like, all right, just 1 more cast. And she was laughing at me when I went inside. Yes, Sam, aluminum oxide. I live in the southeast of the United States. And I've been here for a while, and I've moved everywhere from Miami and up. Actually, I worked all the way down the Keys at one point. So we're going to try this one. I actually think the matrix is probably going to disappear from this one. And I'm going to try and orient it a little. I got to get rid of that bug. This will be the last piece. So we got a few extras join in. And then either tomorrow or Sunday, I think probably Sunday, I'm going to finish these pieces off. Alright, let's see how quick we can do this. Move over here. I'm going to back you out a little bit. Like that. A little squiggle over there. That's pretty good. How's that? Yeah, we're going to have to meet up, Jeff. So, I got this machine down in Tampa, or Sarasota. That's 4 years ago, but alright. I'm going to try and make this semi-quick. Take that off. Put more water in, I need more. I can see some dust starting to fly up. And I do have a mask on. But still, this is stabilized, so it's got epoxy in it. Alright, it's going to go straight at it. I wouldn't always go straight to the top like that, but I want to see how I'm going to rearrange the bottom, if that makes any sense. This might be one of those more pure ones with very little matrix in it. You see how almost pure it is through here? So I'm going to take this top and see if we're going to get any of the matrix left in it. I can always readjust the bottom. See some matrix sludge coming out, which is good and bad. Going around in a circle. I'm going to go over to this one. Do the same thing. I'm hoping there's something going to stay on the top here. Alright, might get lucky. You see how this is all going to be pure turquoise right here. So I'm going to try and leave some of this for a little bit of character. I don't know if it's going to stay. Starting to leave. I think it'll be alright. Trying to even the dome out a little. And the turquoise does alter shade or color just a little bit. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it without the flash, but it does alter a little bit. Alright. Let's get the back. even it out now. So I can dome it evenly. I'm taking quite a lot off the back. Flatten it out. Okay, so that matrix, this is the back, may actually go all the way through, which is fabulous. Fabulous. Hi Jody, welcome in. Jody, somebody sent me a troll today. I didn't even get to see what they said or sent over or what it was, but my mod Miss Frecklecat had to get rid of them. And J&V rock hounding, he got to see. I didn't get to see it. So I guess they're going after everybody. Alright. Do a wiggle waggle. And I keep meaning to, I gotta send a piece or two up to Wendy. See what fabulous work she can make out of a few of these pieces. See how that's starting to disappear. Right. So we're almost done on this one. Still got a little bug right there. It's got to come out. Yeah. We will see what we can do on the machine. Alright. Now that I got the back straight, I can actually do the dome correctly. Just going around the outside and evening the top of the girdle out. Jody, I really enjoyed you going into, see if this matrix is disappearing on me. Oh, it's kind of there. I've really enjoyed the new stores you've been taking us to. I was out, I did an estate sale today. Very wealthy estate sale today. And he had pipes, cigar paraphernalia, humidors from all over the world, from, I would say, from the mid-1800s through to the 1950s. Some really neat stuff. Vienna, Germany. They had, what do they call them? Cheroot holders, so it's kind of like cigar or cigarette holders made of Bakelite and gold from sort of the early 1900s, late 1800s. Alright. Still don't like that right there. Rushing this one a little much. It just had a little bit of the a little bit of the quartz pop out the back. Probably because I'm touching too hard. And I don't like my shape. Well, anytime you need to use the scale, Jasper, let me know. I've worked a couple of scale houses in my life, or just one really. But because we were the only state-approved 53-foot scale in the area, we'd get everybody coming by to use it. I haven't done that in quite a few years. Alright. Looking better. I'm still a little bit off on my shape. And I got a little bit of faceting that I need to take care of. I'm gonna move you over just a tad. There we go. Yeah, well, they were calling some of these amber, but I'm pretty sure they were like an amber bakelite. I'm going to go back again tomorrow probably and take a closer look. But the reason I like looking at them actually was I like the cases better. Well, the holders were interesting, but because they had some old 9-carat ones with a 375 marking on it. Some from Birmingham, some from London. But there were a few cases from Vienna with this beautiful leather, just little cases. I was kind of hoping that they had tie pins in them actually, but no difference to price. Okay, I'm not going to take off this top edge yet. So that's pretty much it for those two pieces. I got to work out how we're going to do. How am I going to show this? Just turn that off. Let's show what I did today. With my pruny fingers. Guess I've been out here a while. Huh? So, let's get a little bit closer. Not that much. So, the pink Rhodonite. I'm going to finish up these probably Sunday. Maybe do a couple more stones. The pink Rhodonite. Here's the turquoise. I'm going to have to back this just a little, just to fill in those little bugs and crevices. I guess I could leave it like that. Thank you, Jody. And that's just really, we just took the top skin off of that, and we're going to go a little bit deeper and get some of that blue coming out of the middle some more, and take out a little bit of that golden matrix. And looking at it, I don't know if it's water webbing, but it may be water webbing in there. You see, here you have these little round florets. So, and sometimes turquoise can have a true water web, is almost like similar to Larimar. That's one of the pieces. You can still see the facets. That's the last one we did. Got a lot of work to do with that. You see the facets on that. It's awful. That's just the third wheel. I got 3 wheels and the ZAM to go. This was the Stone Mountain Jasper. Came out beautiful. Okay, will do, Jeff. I think I friended you at the very beginning when I first popped on there. And you were like, why are you friending me? I hadn't been on Discord before. Right, because kind of have the same interests. And we do. So, that's pretty nice too. This one was a lemon chrysoprase. and it's also called a citron Magnasite. So I'm going to try and finish that off as a heart. And then this last little piece, another piece of that Nyla. So, but I like it with the red quartz in it. And then, if I can find it. What did I do with the stuff that we did last week? That's not it. Well, I must have misplaced it. Yeah. But I will show what we did last week again, Sunday. But those were the ones for today. I really appreciate you all coming in to say hi and chat and thumbs up and subscribe and all that good stuff. Please come join us again. So, yeah, really appreciate you all. Thank you for taking your time with me. And love doing what I'm doing, so thanks for joining. We will see you Sunday probably, or next Thursday for tea time. And we will see you in some of the other chats. And yeah, cheers for now. In the meantime, take care of each other. Most of all, take care of yourselves. And have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Cheers. Yeah, come on in, Jody. I'm trying to start about 5:30 on a Thursday. And probably about lunchtime on a Sunday. And I never really know what we're going to do. But we're going to try and finish this up. Bye, Jody. Thank you so much. Thank you, Frecklecat. Thank you, Stephen, Jeff, Brian, Marzina. Thank you. My Captiva, thank you. And my gentleman from Pakistan, thank you, too. All right. Cheers now. Bye.